So welcome to the intermediate December sampler here at Close to Home in Southington. You can bring in your finished November block beginning this Friday, December 9th through December 31st to get your December's kit free. Sign up for the new intermediate sampler starting January 13th, 2023. It's $10 to begin with your first kit. To sign up, you can pay when you pick up your December block or online at www.closetohomestores.com. It's your choice. Also, please watch for our Close to Home savings booklet that is now out for you to look through and save here in the store at all 3 of our locations. Hard copies are available in the store if you'd like to look through it that way as well. Okay? So come on in and get what you need for the holidays. So this is our last block for December for 2022. This is our intermediate block. It's a very simple block. I know everybody's very busy this time of year. We're starting with half square triangles. You can use either your folded corner clipper or your easy angle to make your half square triangles. We're also going to be making the small flying geese, which is the 1.5 by 3 inch finished. We're going to add a rectangle to the top of that, and then these units are made with quarter square triangles and a half square triangle, and then we'll just put these units together in a 9 patch, and this unit is on the side with the one in the center to the side and again on the bottom row. So very simple block. Should be a quick video tonight. Let's go into the cutting because there are a few things that I would like to show you for the cutting. So your green is a long strip. It's about 12 inches, 13 inches wide. The first thing you're going to do is cut off 2 6-inch squares for your flying geese. The rest of the strip underneath, you're going to cut down to 3.5 inches by the length of the strip. Those are for your half square triangles. When it comes to the white fabric, the first square you're going to cut off is a 4.25 inch square. You're going to cut that into 4 triangles, which is on the diagonal twice. With the remaining strip, you're going to cut a 6.5 inch strip and a 6.5 inch strip and cut those into 2-inch rectangles, 6.5 by 2 inch. The remainder of the white strip is cut down to 3.5 by length of strip. Doesn't really matter how long it is, just take the whole strip, and again that's for your half square triangles. The blue, very simply, that's again in our center block. It's 2 squares that are 3 7/8 inch square, cut on the diagonal just once. The multi-floral we're going to need in our center square, so that's 4.25 cut on the diagonal twice, just like the white. These 2 quarter square triangles are going to be in our center square as well. And then the last piece of fabric in your kit is the dark purple, and you're going to require 2 4.5 inch squares. Again, those are for the flying geese. So there's really not a whole lot we need to go over tonight, but we will assemble what we can, starting with the half square triangles. All I'm going to do is take my 3.5 white with my 3.5 inch green, put them right sides together, and again I can use either the folded corner clipper, which I have here, and I put the blunt side up at the top of my strip and the 3.5 inch mark along the bottom of my strip. This is pretty much the exact same ruler. It's called the half square triangle by Easy Angle. We've used this in the past. You can get up to a 6-inch finished half square triangle. So for this ruler, the blunt side is up at the top of the strip, and then at the bottom of the strip we're looking at the 3.5 inch line. So here's my 3.5 inch line. I cut my strip 3.5. It finishes at 3. So it's simply take them together, trim the end, and And then I have my unit, and we're going to go over and we're going to sew that at 1/4 of an inch for our half square triangle. Pretty easy. We're going to make 4 of those. The next thing we're going to do is turn this in this direction. Again, the blunt edge goes now at the top of my strip, 3.5 at the bottom, and I can cut another one. And I'm just going to keep going until I have 4 pairs of half square triangles. So again, you can get that from the folded corner clipper or the half square triangle ruler, either one. All right, so corners all set. Flying geese. The purple 4.5 is going to go right side together on the 6-inch green. Because we need 8 and each of these is going to yield 4, I need 2 greens and 2 dark purples. You're going to take your ruler, you're going to find your mark from corner to corner to corner to corner, and then go ahead, draw your line on your flying geese. You're going to sew 1/4 of an inch from each side. Sorry, the line didn't show up very well. 1/4 of an inch down this side and 1/4 inch up that side. We're going to cut it apart, and we're going to press this unit toward the green. Right here. All right. Once we press that toward the green, we're going to match our squares together. So the green dot goes on the dark purple triangle, and the dark purple triangle goes on the green dot. As soon as you have those in your nice square, you can do that one more time. You can draw your line. We're going to sew on either side of the line, and then we can go ahead and cut it. All right. Cut right on that line. Before we go to press this, it's important to take that little cut between these 2 intersections. So here is the seam right at the tip of my thumb here, and here is the seam at the tip of my finger. So take a halfway point between these 2 pieces, and we're just going to trim right into the seam allowance. So a little bit of a cut right there to the seam allowance. All right, now when we open these, we're going to press these so that the dark purple lays nice and flat. This one's going to press in this direction, and this is going to press in that direction. All right. Okay, so once we have our flying geese, we're just going to take our 1.5 by 3 inch flying geese ruler, that's at the end, and we're going to match up our triangle. I think on the newer flying geese rulers, they are in black lines, so you can see them a little bit better, but right under this area right here is the 1.5 by 3, and that's what we're going to use. So we're going to line up our dark purple triangle with the lines on the 1.5 by 3 inch, and we're going to trim all 3 sides. And oops, flip it around one time and trim it again. So all 4 sides need to be trimmed. Really important, when I put it back on the trim side, it's right on that line, and these corners come out right halfway between the dark purple and the green on all, well, both, not all, both of those corners. And then we just trim that, and we have our flying geese unit. All right, so the next thing to do with the flying geese unit is to put our pairs together in the same direction. And what I've done is I've gone ahead and pressed my seam open. It just lies a little bit flatter right here. We're going to add our 2 by 6.5 inch white strip to the green side of this unit, and we're going to make 4 of those. So that is this unit right here. So right now we have our half square triangles, and we also have our north, south, east, and west units. Okay, so we're going to make 4 of those. And again, I press this toward the white to keep my seam so it's not so bulky. All right. The next unit is our center unit. Pretty simple. When I went to go ahead and sewed my quarter triangles together, I put the white, well, it's my left, and the multi up at the top. So you can just follow the picture in your directions. You can follow the color sample that's in the store. But my white is on the left. The longest line of my white is to the left, and my multi's longest line is up at the top. So this is the seam we're going to sew, and we're going to make 4 of these. So what I do is I put this right on top of each other, and I'm going to start here, and I'm going to sew from my 90-degree over to my 45. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. They should be the exact same size. And we're going to press this toward the multi. Okay. Let's see if I have my iron. So what we've just done is we're going to make 4 of these. But this was the first one that I made with the white to my left and the multi to the top. And you'll notice that this unit is the same as this unit, which is the same as this one and this one. So all we need to do now is take our 3 7/8 blue that we cut on the diagonal once, which is right here. And we're going to put that, layer that right on top of it. It should fit pretty accurately, and we're going to go ahead and sew this at 1/4 inch. When we're done sewing that, we have our unit here. And then it's just a matter of putting our 9 patch together. We're going to go ahead and take all of these units, and we're going to sew them together into a pinwheel. So this unit and this unit together, and then this one and this one together. All right, try to get a nice point in our center. Once we get our center done, we can add our sides, and then the 3 at the top and 3 at the bottom. That is it for 2022, and I hope to see everybody back in 2023. And again, it will be online only. Videos will be coming out that Friday, which is the day before the 2nd Saturday of the month. Can't tell you what the colors are, but I think you're going to love them, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.